Hi. So we're going to watch another film. It's another work of Georges Méliès, the Fairy Kingdom, Le Royaume des Fées, or the Kingdom of the Fairies, as one translation is, but I prefer the Fairy Kingdom. And unlike his other films, it's fantasy. Until now, we've only seen science fiction movies, but, you know, there's a lot of overlap between fans of science fiction and fantasy. That's why Games Workshop has both Warhammer and Warhammer 40k, which has both science fiction and fantasy. And yeah, anyway, let's move on. Let's begin watching the movie. It's from 1903, which is 1 year after the Journey to the Moon, or the Journey in the Moon, from 1902. So you have the king, who's giving his blessing to the princess, the prince, and everybody is happy, everybody is very pleased, which is very wonderful. Oh wow, amazing. They brought gifts. So here's using his famous jump cut to make things appear and disappear. This is what he innovated, Mr. Georges Méliès. So you have the pages bringing things away, and a druid or a soothsayer with a warning. He has a warning. Oh no, he tried to put a curse, but he's vanished, he's turned into flames. Excellent. So now the princess is in her parlor, in her boudoir, with all the ladies helping her. Like just like a Formula 1 racing car, you know? Wow, she sleeps in a shell, just like Venus in that famous painting. Amazing. Was it Botticelli? Venus by Botticelli? Probably. Oh, he's back. What is that? Is that a goblin? Witch. Taking something. Flower. Oh, okay. Summoned some demons. Oh, these must be the fairies. It's amazing because this has been colorized. I don't know where they would have been colorized at the time. It's great with the colors. They're nice and vivid, and you can clearly tell who is what and why. So, in 1903, fairies were not our modern conception of fairies. They weren't something good that, you know, could give you wishes and it's like a small thing that dances around. It's more like some kind of imp. Fighting and everybody's distressed. What's going to happen? To save the princess. That's the story, right? You have to save the princess. There they are. She's being taken into the sky. Wow. Wow. I mean, this is a stage, and they're using forced perspective to make it seem like they're flying through the sky. More forced perspective. I really love what he's done here, Mr. Georges. So now they're going to send a party to go to the kingdom. Now, like a lot of his films, it's not a solo effort. Obviously, you have the main character, but he has his posse, he has his crew. You know, it was the same thing with the journey in the moon, right? And the journey to the North Pole. Well, to the pole. Okay, very good. Ah. Of course, he's providing some comic relief. What's happening? Oh, he's being tricked. He's being tricked into something. So he's being given a vision. Look at what's happening. Look at what we're doing to your wife. So she's been taken to the tower. Obviously, he's being taunted by the whole thing. Wow. Amazing. Amazing. Such imagination. Now you have some sort of witch, enchantress. What is she? With her helper to give him magic weapons. So this was a big theme. Magic weapons, you know, Excalibur and all of these things. Especially before World War One, in, you know, a time of chivalry where armor, where having a weapon was a sign of, this was a status symbol. You know, if you're a person with a fancy suit of armor, it's like a person with a Lamborghini. You know, yeah, Starline. I think that's some product placement. Starline was a famous. They used to do passenger crossings across the Atlantic and other places. I believe the Titanic was part of the Starline. I might be wrong about that. Was that kind of company. So they're going to take a boat to the Fairy Kingdom. Is it America? Were those Americans? A funny looking bunch. Look, an American. What's he doing? He's throwing curses, perhaps. And so our heroes on their treasure. Oh, amazing. Got a tiny model boat. Fantastic, I love it. Fake rain. Rocks. This is, again, I love the ambition. This is really amazing. You have much more creativity in this than in your Avengers and whatever. So they've sunk to the bottom of the fish tank. Might be the same fish tank from the Journey in the Moon. So some have perished, others not. Wow. Oh, not quite. Welcome to the Underwater Kingdom. I have made you breathe underwater, says the underwater lady. Again, you have this Alpon Smuka type of visuals. So obviously everybody's eternally grateful. And it literally is a fish tank. Look, you have tiny fishes. From a little goldfish, you know? Oh, amazing. Now that's supposed to be a dolphin. You might think it doesn't look like a dolphin. That's obviously a swordfish. Well, they were very creative in their representation of dolphins at the time. Those are not dolphins. prawns. Those are just other fish. Oh, parade. How wonderful. Lobster. The creatures of the deep. Literally lobster. Amazing. But like today, the ocean, the bottom of the ocean was a mystery, full of mysterious animals, which do mysterious things that we are not 100% familiar with. Jellyfish. You really get the illusion of traveling. Is that Neptune? Amazing. It's quite remarkable because you look at this and it looks just like those things you have above door frames in fancy buildings. And those are always statues, and actually it's not just a scene, it's not just a representation. These are supposed to be live events. This is how one would have communicated with these individuals, from high above, wearing fancy clothes. Okay, so they're being rescued. There you go, that's your ticket to the surface. Or to the fairy kingdom. They're probably having a whale of a time, huh? Yep, I recognize that building, all those buildings from earlier. So they have to climb. Thank you very much, whale. Farewell. Whoosh. Beautiful. So everybody's very excited. Another thing that I want to note, and this is especially something from the time period, from 118 years ago, which is the fact that our hero constantly stops and asks for help from these spirits, these deities, these creatures, whatever they are. You wouldn't find this in a modern film, because in the modern film, you're taught, or in modern society, you're taught that you're responsible for anything. You're the hero. You are behind everything. You don't need help. Why stop and ask for advice from who knows what, or protection from whatever? Like here. Right? It's what makes things like The Lord of the Rings so compelling. But he thinks he can do it by himself. Okay, so evil fairies. We need to smoke him out. Uh-oh. It's our heroine. Rescued by our prince. Amazing. Amazing, they did it! We did it, guys! Amazing. Our friend can't swim. So our hero returns, triumphant. So everybody's pleased, everybody's happy. What a terrible way to travel, huh? Look at that. Look at that horse. What's happening here, I wonder? So this is the epilogue. Wow. Amazing what's possible with a little bit of imagination, huh?